Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're back to solving equations, and I'm sitting here with my cat, and she is quite captivated by what we're doing today, which is solving equations using multiplication and division. Let's just recap some properties. So yesterday, or in our last lesson, we were talking about multiplication and division equations. Now we're talking about addition and subtraction equations. Now we're talking about multiplying and dividing. So here we have another property. This one is the division property of equality. Much like our addition and subtraction properties, as long as we're doing the same thing to both sides, our equation will remain equal. So here we're looking at, we had x equals y. If we divided both sides by z, it would remain equal. Here 4 times 3 is equal to 12. If you divided both sides by 2, you would still have values that would equal the same thing. We can use these properties much like we did yesterday to solve our equation. So we're always looking at what was happening to our variable. In this case, I am multiplying my variable times 6. Well, if I'm going to undo multiplication, I'm going to divide both sides by 6. If I was going to justify, this would be the division property. Right? The 6's will cancel out because 6 divided by 6 is 1, so it becomes 1 times x. But that 1, remember, is implied, so we don't actually have to write it. And then this is going to equal 48 divided by 6, which is 8. Once again, we can check that by putting our value that we just found out in for our variable. So 6 times 8, is that equal to 48? It is, so our answer checks out. Alright, so you just saw me do my turn, now it's your turn. Go ahead and pause the video and try it out on your own. So here once again we're multiplying, so I'm going to divide both sides by what's being multiplied, in this case -9. Those -9's are going to cancel out and become 1 times y, or just y. 45 divided by 9 is 5, a positive divided by a negative is a negative. Once again, this is the division property. I'm going to check that by taking -9 times 5. Oh, -5. 9 times 5 is 45, a negative times a negative is a positive, so it checks. I bet you can guess this one on your own. We've talked about addition, subtraction, and addition, subtraction, and division, so the only thing we have left would be our multiplication. Alright, so this property, once again, as long as I multiply both sides by the same value, my equation remains true. So here, this is going to be my turn. I'm going to look, my variable is b. What's happening to b is I'm dividing by -4. So to undo division, I'm going to multiply both sides by -4. Once again, they cancel out and become 1, but 1 times b is just b. 5 times 4 is 20. A positive times a negative is a negative. This would be our multiplication property. Boy, I cannot spell. Woo. We can check it by taking our value we found, which was -20, dividing it by -4. Negative divided by negative is a positive, so it checks. Alright kids, now it's your turn, so go ahead and try this one out. So here we have c divided by -3, so I'm going to multiply by -3 on both sides. They're going to cancel out. 5 times -3 gives us -15. Once again, we use that multiplication property. -15 divided by -3 is going to once again give us +5. Now let's just look at an example using a word problem. So to go on a school field trip, Helene wants to raise, or has raised $670, which is 1/4 of the amount she needs. So what is the total amount needed? So here I like to pick out my crucial information. So we know she's raised 670, and that's 1/4 of the amount she needed. That of is typically going to represent multiplication. So here it's going to be 1/4 times the amount she needs, which would be A, is equal to 670. Now another way we can think about this is A is really A over 1, because remember, any number written as a fraction is that number over 1. 1 times A is A. 4 times 1 is 4. So this is the same thing as A over 4 equals 670. Now the reason that's useful is now because it's A over 4, A divided by 4, I can use that multiplication property to figure out my answer. Those 4's cancel out, so A is going to equal 670 times 4, which is 2,680. And because we're talking about a word problem, we're talking money, so $2,680. Alright, now it's your turn. Go ahead and try this problem on your own. So pause the video. Alright, the school library needs money to complete a new collection. So far the library has raised $750, which is 1/8 of what they need. So we want to find out the total amount. So 1/8 of the amount they need is equal to 750. So this is really A over 8 equals 750 if you think about like that last problem. Go ahead and multiply both sides by 8, which is that multiplication property. Those 8's cancel out, and now we do 750, we multiply it by 8, so the amount they would need would be $6,000. So now it's really your turn. I know I haven't been really great about posting these, but today I need you to hop on Edmodo, look through these, and see if you can find the solutions to these 5 problems before you get started on your homework. Let me know if you have any questions.